is truly transformational.
Dynamic.
I think it's very eye-opening.
It's fulfilling and rewarding for me. I think it's really exciting.
Cadre and faculty development course is unique. I think it's head and shoulders above anything else that the Army has going.
We need some investment in our cadre. You know, we can't expect to train world-class thinkers if we don't have world-class faculty, right? And world-class thinkers in our faculty. We do see this as being a foundational course for how we educate instructors/facilitators in our Army. We looked at, first of all, the bottom line spark is the Army Operating Concept 2025, which does call for increased intellectual capacity in our leaders. And so what we really looked at was, we looked at the West Point model for their development of their tactical officers. And we had great Army trainers, and we were looking for how do we take a great Army trainer and make them a great educator. And so that we can teach the thinking skills that are necessary to be able to match what our Army Operating Concept 2025 needs in our leadership in the future.
Cadre and Faculty Development course is a very unique course. It started with a vision from our Commanding General, General Combs, specifically to develop the faculty at our ROTC programs, our senior ROTC programs.
For the Army, this is really important because this is the first time that the Department of the Army will be investing in a 13-week, fully accredited faculty onboarding and refinement program. I mean, what we're really doing is we're educating educators instead of training trainers. Also, I think what this course is going to give our faculty is it's going to give them the confidence that they need so that when they show up on a college campus, they feel like they are just as every bit qualified to be there facilitating college-level instruction as they are from their peers over in the English department or the math department or the physics department.
For us as ROTC personnel, it would help to professionalize us, to help us better serve the ROTC cadets and serve as that bridge between the cadet or the ROTC program and the university, to give us a context for becoming better advisors for the students, but also better facilitators of that higher level instruction for the ROTC cadets.
My expectation was, here we go again. So another approach to try to fix the persistent problem of the best way to educate people. And I was wrong. I think this is an excellent approach, and I think we've found a solution to this.
Expectations changed when I got here. I really thought this was going to be more like a Army basic instructor course on steroids. So really diving into the teaching aspect of everything, and we really learned, we went further back into stuff, getting into a lot of theories and developmental theories, transitional theories of how students learn everything.
Probably the thing that I like most about this program is getting exposed to such professional, engaging, qualified instructors. The variety of PhD level thought leaders that we've had exposure to in this course, I never would have expected, and I think that the value that we're getting out of those interactions is really immeasurable.
The advantage of just getting to see professional educators teaching adults is huge for us, I think. And I think it goes beyond teaching in ROTC and how I train privates, because it comes to a point when you're promoted, like I'm teaching adults from the moment I become a sergeant till the moment I retire. The ideas and things that we're getting and seeing how these professionals who have studied it, done research on it, and practiced it, I think is extremely beneficial.
To try and increase learning retention, we tried to do some teach the teacher exercises where we looked at learning styles. And that was led by a number of the students in class, and they led that masterfully. I was just amazed at the engagement and the interaction that happened among the cadre there.
In my class, we look at different theories of how organizations function. And so we go through different metaphors of organizations, and there was this moment in one class where both the students and I realized that in some ways there are not a lot of differences between how the Army functions as an organization and how colleges and universities function. And I think when you see two different groups with very different experiences come together and sort of make sense of their meaning in similar ways, I think that's a powerful learning moment for everybody.
Giving yourself time to actually get to meet the students, the cadre. One of the things that I've done while I've been here is to meet literally every single student of mine in my classroom and just talk to them about their ROTC program, who they are, their goals, what they think is next for them. And that's helped me build rapport with the students and create credibility with them.
The connections that we're making with soldiers, I mean, if you don't know much about the military, certainly this is an eye-opening experience again, eye-opening for the third time, in that you really get to see what these folks are dealing with on a daily basis, but you understand the impact of what they're called to do, and that is to go back to college campuses and really teach leadership to the future soldiers of the United States.
Hearing the stories of the individual students who say, this course is incredible, I wish I would have had something like this 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you know, when I was a young drill sergeant, or when I was my first time when I was an instructor at a schoolhouse somewhere. That to me is a validation that we are onto something here.
I've really enjoyed being able to share ideas and have dynamic and interesting conversations with my classmates. We come from a lot of different backgrounds academically and professionally.
It's difficult. But what you will gain from it is so much more rewarding as a whole. So you might hear, you know, well, you write a lot of papers or you spend a lot of time studying, but at the end of the day, it's a lot about introspection and then going back and bringing that knowledge to your students and into academia in your host institution. I mean, that's rewarding in itself.
For me, everything we've covered in the course is in fact relevant not only to the ROTC, but toward the Army transitioning to our Army learning model. So to me, I would say it's awesome and fantastic, in that the content supports where the Army says we need to be going as Army instructors.
I learned a lot more about myself as a leader, a lot about my thought processes, how I synthesize information, and very aware, made me even more aware as a leader.
The most day-to-day thing I'm taking from this program, and I'm going to take it past ROTC, past everything else, how I'll understand now how to develop people better.
If you are going to be an instructor in the Army, with the level of education the soldiers are coming in with, you need this program. Because you got to be able to keep up and understand where they're coming from, which a lot of these courses do, like the social background, the people's cultural backgrounds and everything like this. This does nothing but help.
If you care about higher education, if you care about being, whether you're an APMS, SMI, MSI, whatever your position is, if you care about serving cadets, higher learning, then this is a place to be.
It represents an opportunity for professional development that, as a senior non-commissioned officer, is just unparalleled. There's not another opportunity to get this level of higher education from such quality instructors at the college level.
I value learning, but the way that we're learning and learning about learning has just opened my eyes to, just expectation management.
The College of Education and Human Development is very pleased that students in the Cadre and Faculty Development course are seeking training development routes, and they're pursuing a BS in Organizational Leadership and Learning. Students seeking advanced areas of study about higher education, for example, professors of military science, are enrolling in the MA in Higher Education Administration.
If you're thinking about coming to CFDC, come to CFDC and talk to your chain of command and your leadership to come here. I think it's going to be a game changer for you. I think it's going to be a game changer for our Army. And at the end of the day, the United States of America wins.